Okay, ready, go. Ready, go. Go. So in the backswing, obviously your swing plays really flat. You know that. And also during the backswing, you're not quite shifting to the right side. Just try it because you want to hit the ball hard with the arms. So you're just spinning around and going really flat. Yeah, so it's fairly right arm dominant. But if you can hit the ball like a 270 something, I like it. All right, so if you look at your finish position, your left knee is still flexed here because you are using your arms quite a bit here. So there's no room for the leg to push the ground hard here.
Okay.
So you have to push the ground, and then with that you have to let the club go. But from here, try to swing like this, you're ending up like this. In the down the line view, obviously. Go. It's really flat. So go back here, and then you're using your arms to try to hit the ball. So not much time at the top, because it's all arm driven. You need to have a mature backswing. And then for that, more than anything, you have to have initial shift away.
Okay.
So use the right leg as the foundation, support your body, and turn around the right leg here. And then in the downswing, shift it to the left side, and push the ground, and then let the arm go. So we need to stiffen up a little bit, the backswing. And then you need to have more time up there. And you have to use the left leg better on the way down.
Okay.
Now, in theory, if we use the step drills well, then a lot of it can be solved.
Okay.
Because in the step drill, you will use the club trigger here. So you are starting the backswing from here. When you go actively here, it's hard to go flat.
Okay.
Because of this motion here.
Right.
So it will address the issue of a flat backswing to a certain extent.
Okay.
And also, before you start the backswing here, you have to shift the body that way slightly, and then turn, that the turn will be around the right hip. Okay. So in theory, if you do the step drills well, then a lot of it will be solved. Now swing the rope back and forth continuously. Let's think this way here. So the rope has to go around your body here. So the motion, you want to generate this motion instead of going like this.
Okay.
So instead of using the arms, let it go around your body. And make it faster both ways. Make it faster both ways. So here, at the end of the rope, we have a sticker or gum, which you want to get rid of.
Okay.
So by using wrist action here, you want to shake it off.
Got it.
So both ways, shake off, shake off, shake off, shake off, shake off. And then pay attention to motion of the end of the rope. This is the key. You need to give good speed to the end of the rope. Yep. Backswing is slowing down now. The first two swings are good, but from the third one, you're slowing down this here.
Okay.
Keep fast backswing. Yep. Now, in doing this, now the speed is a lot better. So when you have faster backswing, it goes less flat.
Okay.
Now let's use the left arm only.
Okay.
This is a tough task here because you have to really throw the rope. If you drag it, then you go this way here.
Got it.
Throw the rope toward me. Again, fast enough motion. Now here. So in order to make this easier, instead of using the arm, try to swing, you have to use the body and then throw. So merely you are throwing it. So the arm is only holding it instead of just dragging the rope all the way.
Okay.
So throw, throw using the body action, throw, instead of swing all the way. So you have to have the image of throwing the rope. So use the body. Yeah, the backswing is quite unstable here.
Okay.
Again, your goal is to move the rope along the same plane, back and forth. So the main purpose, two purposes of the rope swing is, one, develop a consistent swing plane, and two, you have to wait until the turn is completed to let the rope go around your body. So here, wait until this happens, and then throw, wait here and then throw, wait here and then throw. No need to go all the way here. Just to throw it, and then slow down, bring it back, throw, and then slow down. Okay? So again, you have to have the rope-centric perspective, not your body motion. Make backswing a bit faster. Even backswing should be body-driven, so throw, and then you turn here, using the body turn, and bring it back, and body turn and throw. So the shoulder turn is really important. Now both ends. So currently in the backswing, the rope goes to your neck.
Yep.
It's because it's too flat. So when you start with the flat backswing here, it hits your body and then cling up to your neck.
Okay.
Okay. So you have to make it a bit stiffer.
Yeah.
So it's just a simple motion. If you want to maintain this swing plane here, then you have to bring the rope along that plane here. Then you'll go here. Instead, go here, and then try to come back to this plane.
Okay.
Then you have over the top, or you have compensation motion. That's a bit too high here. Okay. So one easy way to do that is, if you look at your right hand motion, it is going flat here and then going to a crossover position,
Okay.
or currently you're lifting really high.
Okay.
But in terms of the hand motion, bring this along the shoulder line here and then bring it here. Go back here, about here.
Okay.
This is what you need.
Okay.
So we're along the shoulder line here, yeah, about here. Yeah, so go here, fold the elbow, and then extend the elbow, fold the elbow here, and then extend the elbow. So your hands are basically, right hand is moving basically along the shoulder line in your perspective, and then stay here. Not below than that, or above, okay? Yes. And here, the reason why the rope goes flat is because you just come down here and then try to do main motion here. We use the speed here.
Okay.
So from this position, using the speed throw. Instead of come down here and then try to use your arm here, go here and then throw backward.
Okay.
Then you will be able to have a consistent plane here. So using this motion down here and then throw the rope. Yeah, feel the motion of the rope, end of the rope. Make it a bit faster. Backswing, make it a bit faster. Particularly at the end of the backswing. At the end of the backswing, you let the rope go
Okay.
around your body underneath your armpit here,
Okay.
instead of going here.
Okay.
So now your goal is to bring the rope here. So it's because your hands are going flat here, and then try to lift it here. Instead, go straight to this position. So if this is the initial position here, you're going this way, And if you this is your target position, go straight instead of go flat and then up. You're going flat and up like this. Backswing is slow, make it faster, make it faster. Continuous motion, yes. Swing. Now, another issue is that on the way down, your hands are going high, so your swing plane is outward.
Okay.
Then it goes high up here, and if you start from here, then you tend to go flat in the backswing. So when you in the downswing, when you throw the rope, go a bit flatter here on this side. So try to throw more this way here. Then from there, if you do the backswing, then you go less flat. Yeah. Still, you are going down here, and then you are lifting your hands up here. Instead of from here, go straight, and then turn this way. Part of the reason why you don't use the left leg that well, and you are going in this position is because the hands are going high up here. But if you turn your body more this way, naturally you have to stand on the left side more. Bring the hands down more. Bring the hands down more. Yep. Yes. Still, the backswing is still flat, but at least in the downswing, you change the path quite a bit here. So, if you go a bit flatter on this side, using this on the way back, you have to follow that plane again. Go here. If you start with a bit flat here, then you will go steeper here. But if you go flat here and then come down steep, then you go flat. So keep this side flat and then steep in the backswing. And then when you do the backswing, it's not about right arm driving everything. So right arm goes low here and then try to lift up. Instead, using the left hand, try to point laterally. Okay. So in the backswing, you are throwing the left hand and then try to point this way here. When this happens, your right arm cannot be too dominant. Okay. So again, as you do the backswing, use the left arm to direct the rope. Make the backswing a bit faster and then throw. Keep it flat on this side. Swing, yes. Swing, swing, swing. Okay, now let me record the rope swing. So continue to swing back and forth, but imagine that the whole thing is a one continuous motion. Okay. So no broken motion. Continuously swing back and forth. And then for that you have to use your body. So instead of having snappy motion, overall you have to have a continuous motion, okay? Swing, a bit faster backswing, let it go, faster backswing, let it go, faster backswing, let it go, faster backswing, let it go. Okay. Swing, a bit faster backswing, let it go, faster backswing, let it go, faster backswing, let it go, faster backswing, let it go. The rope slows down at the end of the backswing. The rope goes up here and then it just falls here. Just slow down here. The rope is slowing down here. Right. Instead, let it go all the way. Okay. Let it go all the way. Yeah, the rope is slowing down quite a bit at the end. But if you let it go, if you let go all the way, then this happens. The rope goes all the way here. Okay, it has to hit your front chest here, and then throw. Then it will come here, back here. So you have to let the rope, end of the rope, go all the way. Okay. Instead of, if you lift your hand here, it slows down quite a bit. But if you pay attention to the motion of the end of the rope, you can let it go around your body. It's all about motion of the end of the rope, not about your hand motion. So pay attention to the motion of the end of the rope, and then let it go all the way this way here.
Okay.
Make the end of the backswing a bit faster. At the end, faster. So it's, I don't know. The faster means it's not rushing down.
Okay.
Faster motion backswing here.
Okay.
So in your image, you let the rope go all the way here. So by turning here, you are letting the end of the rope go in more.
Okay.
Instead of stopping backswing here. You go, if you pay attention to the motion of the end of the rope, let the end of the rope go, wrap around the body, and then go all the way in here. Because the rope is a part of your body. Okay? The rope is part of your body. Yeah. So make it alive all the way. Yes. All the way. Yes. Yes. All the way. All the way. And then, yeah, now the depth is a lot better.
Okay.
But then you hurry less. Okay? But still, you're putting a lot of effort in the rope swing. The rope swing is supposed to be really simple.
Right.
All you need is to throw the rope back and forth. So it should be something simple and easy. Okay? So you don't get tired with this. Just swing. So the rope is fast enough, but you don't have to put a lot of effort with the arms.
Which I am.
Yeah, because you're using the arms quite a bit. So that's why after swinging the rope a few times, then you get tired. So it's really important to let the end of the rope go all the way. Now it's a lot better. Yep.
You do it from left hand.
Swing all the way. And keep it a bit flat on this side here. So you have to turn. It's slowing down now. The backswing is slowing down. Let it go all the way. Okay. So even if it goes to your neck, but still let it go all the way.
Okay.
It's important. It's important in terms of connecting the backswing to the downswing. And keep it a bit flat on this side here. So you have to turn. It's slowing down now. The backswing is slowing down. Let it go all the way. Okay. You slow down here initially, and then if you look at your arm action here, go flat and then lifting here. That's why you go flat all the time. But that's okay if this is something we have to change in the long term.
Okay.
But at least what you need to do is increase the speed here.
Okay.
Let the end of the rope go all the way.
Got it.
Okay? So it has to go all the way here or here. If you can easily control the rope so that keep it under your armpit, it'll be perfect.
I can do it lucky.
Yes, when you use left hand, it's easier because in your swing, your right arm is so dominant, and then the right arm goes flat here, and then you lift it up here. So this causes a flat backswing first, and then when you lift, it hits the back and then go to the neck. Okay, so when you use your right arm, instead of going back low here and then try to lift here, like a baseball batting here, just to go to this target position here, just straight, instead of making a detour here. Instead of going flat and then go up here, just go directly to this position. Then the rope will go under your armpit. again, your goal is here. Your goal is to go up here and try to use your arm to swing here, but again,
Gotta use the body.
it's the body. So when I use my right arm here, fold here and then throw, fold here, throw, fold here, throw, fold here, throw. I'm only giving effort here and then throwing instead of going all the way here. So when you have a dominant right arm, what happens is you drag it all the way. And then if it starts down first, then you lift the right hand up here. So it will keep you severely outward swing plane. But using this motion here, and then throw and then easy, throw and easy. Okay. You will see that I'm not putting much effort here. It's because it's coming from the body. So then, if you use both hands here, the same thing. Throw here, throw, 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 and also I can control the direction. Another thing is that, so when you use your right arm a lot, that you tend to open the body early.
Right.
So you cannot really throw until you open your body, or you wait until this, and then do this. But instead, you have to actually put a lot of effort before this is open. Here, or here, throw and open the body. So you are throwing while the body, yes. 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 So typically when people have two dominant, right arm, what happens is you want to use the right arm all the way. So going all the way here, for that you have to open the body early, pelvis opens early,
Yep.
and then the right arm goes all the way, either out here or this way here. But if you're putting a lot of effort while still it's closed here, and then throw and open. And then the one you did was really good. So let me record this again. So try to throw with the closed body, swing, throw, 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 yes. Now, look at what your left leg does. Throw, 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 yes. It's fairly well.
Yeah. No bend in the knee.
Yeah, supported here. Let me record from here. Let's start with the two, and then let's go to the right hand only. Okay. Swing, throw. Put a lot of effort when the bodies are closed, and then right arm only. Right hand only. Try to throw it, yes. Throw. Throw. Yes. Now you start really throwing it. Throw. Put a lot of effort when the bodies are closed, and then right arm only. Right hand only. Try to throw it, yes. Throw. Throw. Yes. Here you tend to rush, and then it slows down in the backswing. Throw. Throw. When you try to throw, then the left leg is more extended. So what happens is that before you open the body from this position, before you open the body, you have this motion here. Using this, generate good speed, and come down. The shoulder will slightly open at impact, and then continue this. Instead of open early, and then try to use the arm only, and then the right arm really down. So you open and then. So in the backswing here, in the downswing, while the body is still closed, this motion here. And then also when you open early, this happens here. As you open the body early, the arm drops. Okay? But if you keep the body closed here and then try to throw the arms here, it's hard to go down and then try to do something. This is only possible when you open your body early. Then it will drop behind you and going this way here. We go here while the body is still closed, bring the arms down. So go here and the slight recentering, and then bring it down, and then turn around by pushing the ground with the left leg. Then you'll be able to really throw it. Okay, so now let's wrap it up. So easy swing back and forth.
Okay.
And feel the motion of the rope, particularly the end of the rope. Throw, good wind up. Oh, this is slowing down. Faster motion. Yeah. Make sure you have a really fast backswing. To the level you can feel a little bit, you feel a little bit uncomfortable because it's too fast. Backswing, backswing, really fast backswing. And then try to delay the opening of the chest, and then bring the head down and throw. Bring it down and throw here. Okay. So the rope swing is really good. Although the rope swing can be a bit different from the club swing, but because it's flexible, you have to guide it properly. Otherwise, it will go all over. So. We have a weight here. What's the swing weight?
P2, I think.
Yeah, I feel the head is really heavy. Okay. Now swing back and forth. Hold the club in the middle of the grip. Like that. And then swing back and forth, as if you're holding a rope. Okay. And then in the backswing, you have to let the head go all the way. So try to keep your head about here. So you should be able to see the head on the left side. Do not cut it short up here. Okay, then you will definitely rush down. Okay? Continuous, swing continuously. So you are cutting short. Again, this one no need to swing really hard, but try to feel the motion of the club head. So using the momentum here, speed here, let the club head go all the way, and then start from the swing. Let it go all the way, and then swing, all the way, and swing. Again, instead of opening the body early, try to bring down here with the shoulders still closed here, down here, and then let it continue. Okay. But backswing should be fast enough, so using the speed here, momentum, let the club head go all the way. So your goal is to bring the club head about this side. No need to fight, just to feel the motion of the club head. So relax your wrist a little bit, feel the motion of the club head. It's getting shorter. The backswing is getting shorter. So let it go. Let the club head go all the way. So when you hit the ground, what that means you're starting high up here.
Okay.
So go up here. It's coming high and then coming down here, because you're lifting the arm and then try to come this way. Instead, if you really feel the motion of the club head, when you let the club head continue the motion, it'll be here, not here. So if you really pay attention to the motion of the club head, so going first smaller here and then bigger, but if you maintain this motion, it'll go here. So it still should go to your shoulder level here and then down here, right? But if you lift the hand at the end, so on the way down, make sure you move the club head along the plane you want, and then it never hits the ground.
Got it.
Yeah. So what's important is the club head motion overall. If the club head is positioned incorrectly at the top, then you have to make a compensation. Then swing motion becomes complex. So no need to swing hard, but feel the motion. Again, you're throwing the club head. Once you bring it down here using the speed, you're throwing instead of using the right arm and try to drag all the way. It's not pulling down, but rather, okay, just using the body, speed up and then throw. Make it a bit shorter, make it a bit shorter. The club is too long. Yeah. Your swing weight is a bit high, so the head is really heavy. And then if you hold the end of the grip, it's hard to control. Swing. Swing, swing, and even at the end of the downswing, when you start the backswing, give it more time. Swing, finish this motion, and then bring it down instead of quickly try to pull it down. So in the backswing, again at the top, instead of using the right arm to control the size of the backswing, try to use the left arm.
Okay.
Push the left shoulder in. With that, you will be able to point the left arm to the side and then bring the club here. Because on the way down, you will use the shoulder motion. This will move the arm, and you are throwing. So keep good wind up with the good shoulder motion in the backswing. Again. So on the way down, you are just letting it go instead of forcing it.
Okay.
So you develop the speed here and then let it go. With that, control the impact. Okay? As if you are swinging the rope with the right arm only. Keep throwing it. Yep. So essentially, using the lower body motion, you are promoting upper body turn.
Right.
So this active lower body action does not bring everything up here and the leg down. Instead, this leg action will promote good upper body turn here, and then on the way down using the left leg and then again turn here. So it's basically motion along the swing plane. And then if you have this off plane motion a lot, then the swing becomes complex, and you have to do a lot of compensation. So if you keep the club head along the swing plane mostly, the head should go above the swing plane.
Okay.
But naturally, it will come down here, and then good planar motion here. Go up, come down here, good planar motion. At least here you should have good planar motion. So in your image, as you move your body, the main goal is to turn the upper body well with that action. So the arm action is the same thing here. If you feel that the arm is going too high here, and then on the way down you have to pull it down, right? Then you are introducing this off-plane motion. So more, using this effort here, try to move the club head around your body deeper here. And then down, deeper here, and then down. So whatever effort you put, it should promote good rotational motion around the body instead of bring this up here and then try to bring it down. So imagine a swing plane, and that you are sticking to the swing plane, and with the effort try to move along the plane and let go along the plane instead of Yes. Yes, now the motion is elastically. Exactly. Yes. And then let the head go a bit more. Yeah, don't fight. Yes. So do you see the club head on your left side?
Yeah, again.
That's the.
That's the first time in a long time.
So if you can see the club head on this side here, that means you have enough backswing here.
Right.
When you have enough backswing, It seems that if you go a bit too much, then you tend to use the arm quite a bit. But as long as the club head goes down about here, you can see the club head here, then the downswing motion is a lot simpler now. So again, the goal is to come up with a good planar motion here by using the body action. So it's not about lifting the arm high up or pulling it down here, but rather using the leg action here.
Right.
What you promote is this turn motion here. Okay? So that way you will be able to simplify the motion, eliminate a lot of unnecessary movement. At the same time, you will have a mature backswing. So the club swing is actually a lot better now.
Good, good.
Just pay attention to the club head motion. The goal is to move the club head faster back here, change the direction,
Right.
and then throw
Yep.
with good speed.
Throw without opening up too much.
Yeah, yeah. So you have to pay attention to the motion of the club head, not the way you want to move your arms. Okay. So swing back and forth again. The last one was really good. So let me record this. Okay. Go swing back and forth. Give enough backswing. Yes, now the swing motion is a lot cleaner. Yes, so let's take a look at this. Now, see how big your backswing is, and then how consistent swing motion is. Give enough backswing. Yes, now the swing motion is a lot cleaner. Yes. Also, the swing plane is a lot better now.
Yes.
So you have to really let the club go.
Yeah.
And ultimately, again, the important motion is the club head motion. You're just promoting good club head motion instead of you want to just satisfy your bodily desire. So, okay. So now let's go to the step drills.
Okay.
This two-step drill family has 3 stages. The first stage is, stage 1 is taking 2 steps.
Okay.
So keep the feet together.
Got it.
And then throw the club toward the target first.
Okay.
This is called the trigger motion. Using the trigger and then take this away step. And then backswing and toward the step and then downswing. Again, trigger, step away, backswing, step toward, and then downswing.
Okay.
This should be continuous motion. So in terms of club motion, it should be continuous.
All right.
That means you have to find the good timing of the steps, right? So initially, just to try to feel the flow here. So follow me. So from here, no, holding the club. Here, throw the club, and then takes. Oh, wait, this is too quick. So throw and then wait. This is completed, and then in the meantime, take step here,
Okay.
and then backswing, and then take a step. Then let it go. Still is arm driven. It should be body driven.
Okay.
So here, throw the club and the step right, and then when you take a step, it should be backward step. Do not open the pelvis with the step.
Okay.
So here again, back to this trigger. From here, step backward, okay? And then turn. As you turn this way, step toward, and then swing here. So it should be continuous. Again, the key is using your shoulder turn instead of your arm motion.
Okay.
Use your shoulder turn to drive everything. So here, throw. Have good shoulder turn. Again. Let the club go. From the more closed position, let the club go. Bigger backswing.
Okay.
Bigger backswing. So let the club go all the way Oh, the step was incorrect.
Yeah, you do.
So here, again. Here, again here. Swing. 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 So make a small motion. So don't try to use the arms.
Okay.
When you try to use the arms, then it just you lose the timing of the step. So again. Okay, let's jump to stage 3.
Okay.
Stage 3, no step, but you are using the trigger
Okay.
with a regular stance. Throw, have active action.
Start here and back.
So start from down here,
Yeah.
down here, and then throw, bring it back. Oh, no, not going that way. If you go this way here,
Oh,
and then try to make the trigger, then you have another trigger for the trigger.
got it.
But then in doing that, let it go all the way.
Yep.
And then in the trigger motion, make it a bit flatter. Make
Okay.
it flatter. If you go steep here, you will go flat back. So make it a bit flatter on this side here, and then maintain reasonable swing plane in the backswing. Oh, it's too small. It's too small.
Okay, bigger trigger.
About here.
Okay.
So bring the club head about here.
Okay.
Go ahead. And instead of going this way, go this way.
All right.
And then still your body is turning too much. Let this go here. Let's use the forearm motion and then bring the club like this.
Okay.
Because you are always bringing this way here, you go flat that way. Yeah. And then from there, have active backswing, fast backswing. Yes. Again. And then in the downswing, the same. When you hit the ball, and then let it go this way here, instead of lifting up. Swing, and then make backswing bigger. So by using the trigger motion, you're actually making really active backswing, faster backswing. Then let the club go all the way here, and then do the downswing. So the goal here is to use the trigger motion, have active backswing. Again. And then as we do this, again, the goal is to promote a good rotational motion of the upper body by using the step and all these motion here. So the goal is still, whatever you do here, using the trigger and then bring it back, everything is designed to promote this rotational motion around, not much up-plane motion. So, and in order to have a good downswing, you have to have good shoulder wind up instead of lifting the arms. Okay? So use the shoulder turn well. The trigger motion is too cautious.
Okay.
It should be important part of the entire rhythm here. That means when you go here, you have to use a rhythmic throw and then bring it back instead of. This is part of the whole rhythm. So try to develop rhythm, and then particularly when you have the feel of a little bit of up and down motion, as your legs are giving a little bit of up and down motion, with that your upper body is turning like this. Okay. So if we have a little bit of up and down feel, then the timing becomes really good.
Okay.
Yes. And then let the club go all the way. Don't fight.
Yeah.
Then let go all the way. Throw, yes. Now throw the club head more this way. Still is outward. So try to swing it to me. Again. So you can make the trigger a bit flatter. Yep. Swing, yes. Your body is not turning really well here. It's not early opening. early opening and then let it go this way.
Right.
Rather, you're turning this way here. So the left leg supports your body a lot better. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So as you repeat this more and more, you will know that there's no reason to hold it here. Let it go all the way. So let it go using the momentum here. Let it go all the way, and it will go here, right?
Okay.
And then using your body motion to throw here instead of. So again, feel the motion of the curve head. You have to let it go. And then make the backswing faster. Backswing. So using the trigger, good trigger should be also active. The Yes. So when you have really active backswing, you don't have to put a lot of effort in the downswing because downswing will automatically active. Yeah. So all you need to know, all you need to pay attention is just change the direction and then throw.
Okay.
When you have active backswing, you change direction, then let it go. No need to worry about the off-plane motion. Okay? Yes. Yeah, that way you don't have to use the arms a lot. You're using the body turn more. So feel the rhythm. As you repeat this, you have to feel the rhythm, and particularly give a little bit up and down motion. Up, left side, up, right side, up, and then left side, up. So repeat this 5 times.
Okay.
And as you repeat more and more, you will feel more comfortable rhythm. Mm-hmm. Okay, I will record the stage 3 here. This is stage 3 with no step. Ready, just a sec.
Sorry, my fault.
Ready, stage 3, go. Mm-hmm. Ready, stage 3, go. So now, let's take a look at your initial swing and the current pattern here. This is your initial swing. Go. Ooh. Now, look at this flow here. 3, go. Mm-hmm. It's a lot more flowing.
It is.
It's because you let it go.
Yeah.
But in the initial swing here, you try to manipulate everything with your arms here.
Yeah.
And particularly here, and then now the down the line view here. This is the initial swing. Go. You see the timing here. 3, go. It's flowing, so you don't need to fight. So this is the idea. So always use the whole motion and then try to work on the tempo,
Yep.
the rhythm, and then engage the low body more. But more than anything, you have to be enough a runway here. If you cut it short, then
All timing, yeah.
yeah, you have to rush, right?
Yeah.
So this is stage 3 again. As you need to repeat this a lot. Then you will find more and more comfortable flow. Okay. More than anything, your body needs to understand this rhythm here. So give me 5 swings. And then make sure you have a faster backswing. You know, essentially try to have really fast backswing.
Okay.
See how it goes. It's not that fast. The backswing is not that fast. So you have to do better than that. Ooh, yes. Yeah. Yes. Very good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is the idea. The flow is now a lot better. Now, you have to take advantage of this rhythm in your regular swing, right? So let's first do stage 3 and your regular swing. Pretend that there's a ball there.
Okay.
So after stage 3, go stage 3, and then backswing.
Okay.
But now the same thing. I want you to have large backswing, also fast backswing in your regular swing.
Okay.
So the reason why we're doing this stage 3 is to develop the rhythm. You have to take advantage of that rhythm in your regular swing. So let's do stage 3 and regular swing in a row. And then between the stage 3 and your regular swing, do not give too much time,
Okay.
because this is a continuous rhythm, okay? So even the break between stage 3 and regular swing, that's also part of the rhythm. Now, aim the ball. Yeah, like that. So already your swing has changed. So even in your regular swing, you can take advantage of that. This is the idea. So use stage 3 as your pre-shot routine,
Okay.
and then do this, hit the actual ball. Okay?
Yep.
So this, from now on, you have to diligently work on this. Every time you hit a ball, first do stage 3 to feel the rhythm, and then hit the ball. No rush, okay? Now, let's try something called the stage X.
Okay.
It means usually stage 1, 2, 3, these are all based on 2 steps. But stage X, you have any number of cycles. So so you can have a multiple trigger motion, right? So let's keep it to 3. So here, 1, 2, 3, swing.
Yeah.
So use the 3 triggers, 3 consecutive triggers. Stage 3 uses only 1 trigger, and then you swing, right? But in stage X, let's use the 3 triggers. So repeat the swing motion 3 times, and then let it go. Yeah. Continuous motion. So stage X with the 3 triggers here. Stay on the mat. Stage X with the 3 triggers. 1, 2, 3, swing.
So I have to take all swings.
So the first swing is at the end. So give 3 continuous triggers, and then the last downswing. And then again here, you're trying to dominate the club.
Okay.
So imagine the swing motion. If somebody's riding a swing, you wait until this is done and then push, done and push. The same thing here. When you swing back and forth here, let it go and then finish this motion and then bring it back. Finish this and then bring it back. Instead of forcing it. So, swing.
Do that one more time.
So here, swing. So you have to ride the rhythm. Use the low body rhythm instead of try to dominate with your arms. It's a bit too big. It's a bit too big.
Okay.
So you're just developing the rhythm, so you don't have to have really big motion. When you have big motion, that means you're using your arms a lot. Without making this really big, by using the body, you can still do the rhythm. The club only goes this much here.
Okay.
But you see, my lower body is pushing the ground repeatedly. So you have to develop the body rhythm, not the arm swing rhythm. So if you go too much, you're lifting it up here. Instead, so just go about this much so that you don't have to lift up. And then about here, here, without lifting, just a swing back and forth here. Then the last one, let it go. So this way you can develop the body rhythm. It's really important to develop good body rhythm. And then use the forearm pronation, supination here. So instead of going like this, try to go more this way.
Okay.
And then this way. Here, this way you will be able to nicely slow down, because at the end you have the wrist motion here. At the end you have the wrist motion, slow down. Here the wrist motion, slow down. Back and forth nicely, about here, about this much. So your arm should not go any further than this here. Then the club, the wrist has a little bit, wrist cock here. The club will go here, about here, here. And then if you take small steps, this is the timing. And then don't manipulate the club head motion here. Let it go along the swing plane. And then along the swing plane, stop here. Along the swing plane, and then stop here. Instead of lift it up and try to use the arm. So always to relax your wrist a little bit, okay? Relax your wrist a little bit so that you can feel the motion of the club head here. If your wrist is too tight, then you try to dictate the club motion with your arms. But if you let the club go with the easy wrist here, then you can really feel the motion of the club head. Come forward and then stay on the mats. Yeah. Yes. Like that. Then you can really feel the motion of the club head here. Now let's put it in structure. Okay. So you will count one this side, the trigger. Okay, 1, bring it back. 2, bring it back. 3, wind up, swing. 1, 2, 3, wind up. There you go. But that should be rhythmic. Everything should be rhythmic. It's not just the arm motion here, but using the body, feel the rhythm. Your legs should feel the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, wind up, swing. This side is too big. That's why you lose the timing here.
Okay.
So what you're doing is this here. So 1, 2, 3, wind up. So your body has to feel the rhythm. 1, 2, it's too slow, it's too slow. It's too slow. That rhythm is not the same to your actual stage 3 rhythm. So make it a bit faster. 1, 2, 3, wind up. But still all these are separated. You're not really catching the trigger motion here. So 1, 2, 3, let it go. It should be all connected. Okay, all connected. Here. Instead, this here. Instead, you are moving your body a lot, but you're not really letting the wrist go. So it's just a turn here, and then let the wrist go here, okay. This way. So that your back of the hand goes forward here, like this. Okay? So that way you can use the wrist. Yes. Now connect all those against 3 triggers. 1, 2, 3. Wind up. Let it go. But the backswing is not that fast. The last one. You have to have a faster backswing. Okay. So that faster backswing should come from the trigger motion. 1, ooh. In the first 3 motions here, backswing too slow. Okay. So Yes, that's better connection. But at the end, let the wrist go. Still your wrist is too tight. Okay? So you have to feel the motion of the club. 2, 3, wind up, let it go. Yes. And then use the forearm pronation and supination more actively here. So on this side, going here, this is supination, this side is pronation here. Swing it, and then this side here, supination, pronation. Use this motion more actively.
Okay.
Then the club head will go nicely around your body. When you don't use this much and the wrist is tight, then you lift,
Yeah.
lift like this. So let the club head go this way, club head go this way. Instead of moving the hands down, try to bring this here. If you let the forearm turn this way, you can, without dropping the hand, without hands going flat, you can still move the club head this way here. So use this side, use this motion here, this side here, and then this side here. Okay. That way, you can feel the club head motion a lot better. Yes, that's better. Again, 1, 2, 3, wind up, let it go. So gradually build up. So the first 3, you put effort, more and more effort, and build up. 2, 3, let it go. Yes, the flow is better. But still it's too cautious in the first 3 triggers. Too cautious. Let it go. In the rhythmic ballistic motion, in order to make the motion rhythmic, it should be a bit ballistic here. So let it go, let it go. Throw this way, throw this way, throw this way, throw this way. So the whole purpose of the trigger motions is to build up and then promote active backswing. When you have active backswing, automatically you have active downswing. So instead of trying to put a lot of effort in the downswing while making a slow backswing, if the backswing is fast enough, then you will have automatically good wind up, large enough backswing. From there, you will be able to have active downswing. The whole purpose is to activate the backswing part. Now, let me first record this, and then we'll make some changes there. Ready, stage X, go. 2, 3, wind up, let it go. Again, stage X, ready, stage X, go. 1, 2, 3, wind up, let it go. So this is designed to give more triggers, so that we can gradually build up. Okay. So stage 3 we have only 1 trigger, but in stage X we use 3 triggers. Stage X, go. 2, 3, wind up, let it go. Now your pelvis is moving more to follow this rhythm here. This is the down the line view. X, go. 1, 2, 3, wind up, let it go.
Different, it's better.
And then when you use pronation, supination here well, you'll have to go down here and then lift here. When your wrist is stiff here and go flatter, you have to lift this way. But if you let it go this way, let it go this way, then the hands actually stay a bit higher and then let the clevet go this way. Now, this will be tricky. We'll do the same stage X, but this time you will put a lot of effort in the backswing and make this side smaller, like this. So regular stage X will be this, right? But now this is a modified stage X,
Okay.
with emphasis on the backswing. So here, So in the backswing, you have to use the right leg to push the ground and have an active backswing. But on the way down, just drop it here. Come down, come down, come down. So here, you're putting basically the effort in the backswing. And then the last one, after the third one, you take the faster downswing, okay? Oh, then it's broken here. It has to be, everything has to be connected.
Got it. Keep
So here,
going.
come down, continuous. And then last one, take swing. Last one, take swing. Getting better again. Let's confine it to three
Okay.
triggers. And as you go back here, if you lift your arms, then it's arm driven here. Turn the shoulder and then bring it in. So, okay, instead of lifting the arm. Now let's go to stage 3. Stage 3, that means one trigger, right? Let's do the same thing. Small trigger here, then active backswing. See if you can do this.
Just full swing.
So the trigger was really small, but that's okay. That's actually close to your regular swing. In the regular swing, without the club motion, you can move the body slightly and then go back. This is called the body trigger
Okay.
instead of club trigger.
Got it.
So the goal here is, by putting more emphasis in the backswing now, will make the trigger muscle smaller, so that you can really use this in the regular swing by using the right leg here. So again, let's do stage 3.
Okay.
Stage X with emphasis on the backswing
Okay.
first, and then stage 3 with emphasis on the backswing.
Okay.
No, not this far here. Emphasis on the backswing. Small,
Got it.
just to come
Okay.
down. And then take the swing, the last swing.
Okay.
After 3 triggers, 2, 3, let it go. Yeah. So with this, you're putting more effort in the backswing to make it more rigorous. Again, now stage 3. So one trigger, do
Okay.
the same thing. Yes. So let's do this. We'll do all 3 continuously. So 3 triggers. 3 triggers with a swing. 1 trigger with swing, and then your regular swing. 3 in a row. Stage X, stage 3, and the regular swing. So the whole goal here is to activate the backswing,
Yes.
make the backswing more active.
Right.
And so every time after stage X, have full swing. So from the third trigger, the swing. Stage 3, the same thing. From the first trigger, and then swing, and then your regular swing. Okay.
So do 3.
So full stage X, then stage 3, and regular swing.
Okay.
Oh, no. We are doing stage X with the 3 triggers.
Okay. Got it.
So I'll put it this way. 3 triggers and swing, 1 trigger and swing, and then your regular swing. Backswing should be, no, backswing should be more active. Here, again. If I exaggerate a little bit here. Okay. So make the backswing really active. Okay, and then stage 3 with one trigger. And then your regular swing with a similar action, active backswing. Yeah. Still, you need to work on this a lot. Still, the connection is not smooth. So, have a, and then all the way here. That means this is not really coming from the body action.
Okay.
Using the right leg. And again, the goal is not to lift the arm here, but rather by pushing the ground with the leg and turning the shoulder. Yeah, turning the shoulder and then let the club go all the way. But because you always try to lift the arm here, so timing is measured this one, but actually this here. And then throw the arm. So shoulder motion first, and then throw the arm and add the wrist motion at the end. And then in the backswing, try to, again, do this motion here. Yeah. So when you flip this, then the hand has to stay higher. Try to intentionally do this motion here. So a lot of clever speed is associated with the wrist motion. And then so you have to mobilize your wrist here and go up here. But if you hold it here, you don't let it go this way, you have to lift the elbow here. That's why you go crossover. So let the club head go all the way by flipping this way here. Let the club head go all the way. Then your hand will actually stay higher. Yeah, like that. Yes. And then also on this side, use this. Okay. So stage X, 3 triggers and swing. And then stage 3, 1 trigger and swing, and then you're ready to swing. Currently, the swing plane is really outward. You have to control the swing plane more toward me. Again, stage X again, and then try to throw the club toward me, not outward. On the way down, after the trigger, so you have the trigger here, and then go up here. On the way down, you're going to this position here. The club head is way away from the swing plane. Even here, you have to come this way, or bring it closer to the swing plane. And then bring it closer to the swing plane instead of going this way. In doing this, you have to keep the club head along the swing plane. But currently, you are going here. It's way away. Then you go backward. The club head has to move along the swing plane. You have to use the wrist to allow the club head to go along the swing plane. Yes. Turn this way more, turn this way. Turn this way more. More this way. So in the backswing, currently your right hip is going backward too much.
Okay.
So essentially you are going back like this. Try to stand on the right side. Do not let the hip go backward. more laterally, or laterally here. Then you will be able to keep the backswing a bit steeper. Relax your wrist. Relax your wrist completely, and then feel the motion of the club head. Even in the practice swing, your swing plane is this way here. You have to align the swing plane this way. Yeah. Pay attention to the swing plane. Make the backswing bigger, bigger, bigger. Again. Swing. So no matter what you do here, still it has to be big enough so the club head goes all the way down here. Okay? If you stop, particularly stop here, then it becomes really outward. Again, stage X, stage 3, and the regular. In other words, 3 triggers in the swing, 1 trigger in the swing, and your regular swing. The backswing is not fast. The back is not fast, and also the downswing is too big in the trigger motion.
Okay.
Small trigger and then active backswing. And then one trigger and swing. It's slow. No, it's slow. Backswing is slow. No, it should be faster than that. So if you just use arms here, then you cannot go faster. You have to use the body and then have active backswing. Again, dropped it.
Yeah.
So now let's go back to full stage 3.
Okay.
Full stage, so make a big trigger. Then stage 3, only one trigger, big trigger.
Okay.
Yes, that's better for you. Again, with that, backswing should be faster than that. About 50% faster than that. Again. Faster. Yes. Faster. Yeah, and then regular swing. Yes. So I think for you, the full stage 3 and the regular swing works the best.
Okay.
So what we'll do is, let's actually try to hit the ball here. So stage 3, and then hit the ball. After stage 3 is your pre-shot routine. After stage 3, approach it to the ball and then hit the ball. No, bigger trigger. Full stage 3. Yeah, and then approach to the ball. Remember that backswing motion. You went back to your normal swing. As soon as we put the ball there. Even without the ball, the regular swing was a lot better, but as soon as we have the ball here, you go flat, really flat. So the goal is to maintain the rhythm, okay? Use the stage 3 and then remember the rhythm and then try to come up with a similar motion in the extra swing. The impact was good, but again, stage 3 and the regular. Yes. Try to bring the club along that direction. In the backswing, not too flat. Oh! Again, it's flat. Let me actually record this. Then you will see what you think. So let me record from here. You have to remember the rhythm you developed in stage 3. So
Which one, full swing or stage 3?
stage 3 and the normal swing. Ready, stage 3 and the regular swing, go. stage 3 and the regular swing, go. This is full stage 3, and then your regular swing, color goes only this much here. It also went really flat. Again, without the ball, you can do actually a lot better than that. So without the ball, okay. Without the ball, full stage 3 and the regular. Keep big backswing, ready, stage 3 and the regular swing, go. Stage 3 and the regular swing, go. Stage 3, and then your regular swing. So it goes this much here, right? So without the ball, you can go this much. But as soon as you put the ball, then you go flat, and then you try to hit the ball with your arms. Maintain the same motion. In the goal, your goal is to let the club head go as much as possible.
Yep.
From there, just to swing through, and then it happens to hit the ball, right? Instead of try to just hit the ball. Again, stage 3 and regular. Try to remember the rhythm. Stage 3 and regular. Yeah, big backswing, regular. Regular. Yes. Try to maintain that flow. Now, stage 3 and regular. And remember how you move the club in the backswing. Again, you went back to the old swing. So even if when you hit the ball, still the goal is in the backswing here, try to have this large backswing. And then from there, let it go. But as soon as you
Put the golf ball down, yeah.
you have the ball in front of you, then you stop here. So we have to practice this even more.
You try it one more time.
Okay. If you can do it, then you will graduate. Let's do this. So let's introduce then something in between. So after the full stage 3,
Yep.
then you have a waggle, actually a couple of them,
Okay.
but only this side here, here. Now try to guide the club the direction you want to go here.
Okay.
Okay. And then in the regular swing, make sure you move the club along that way. So stage 3 first. And then go to the ball, and then you will have a couple of waggles, and then in that, make sure you bring the club head the way you want. Yes? Remember that. And then in the regular swing, make sure you move it along that direction. It went flat. So the waggle
Was okay, but then.
was good, but the actual swing, you went a lot flatter. So I'll record this here, and then you will see the difference. So again, full stage 3 and the waggles and your regular swing. Okay, ready, stage 3 and the waggles and regular, go. Waggles, yeah, guide the club head. Stage 3 and the waggles and regular, go. Waggles, yeah, guide the club head. So this is stage 3.
Mm-hmm.
Waggles here. Okay, this one, the second one here. So the club is going this way. In the regular swing, the club is going this way. So even the wiggle is okay. You're guiding it correctly. But in the actual swing, you're going way flat. So again, practice this. So put a ball there. This requires your conscious control. For a while, you have to consciously control the club path in the backswing. Then once you accustomed to that, then you don't have to even think about it. But for the moment, because you are fighting against your old habit here, so you have to consciously try to move the club head along a steeper plane. So stage 3, couple of wiggles and regular. In the wiggle, use your body a little bit so that you can remember it better. If it's just coming from your arm action, then you know in the swing you will not be able to use it. So when you do wiggle, still use the body and then bring it here, bring it here instead of just using the arms here. Okay? So again, stage 3, couple of wiggles, and then regular. So let's do this. When you do the wiggle, instead of stopping about here, go all the way.
Okay.
So here, with this wiggle motion here, then try to go all the way here.
Okay.
Feel the entire path in the backswing here,
Okay.
and then with the ball. Okay? Oh, no, stage 3 first. Stage 3 in the big wiggle. And then wiggle, it has to go all the way. Yeah, there. Yes. And then regular swing. It's a bit better. It's a bit better. Because you went all the way to the end. So now your body remembers that. So again, stage 3, wiggles and the regular. The wiggle should be all the way. You went flatter. But your impact is really good. So one, you are taking advantage of the increased range of motion in the backswing.
All right.
So let me record this again.
Okay.
This is the last one. So let me first record from here. Again, let's do the same thing. Stage 3,
Okay.
big wiggles,
Yep.
and then the regular swing.
Okay.
And in the regular swing, make sure you have a big enough backswing.
I will.
No matter what happens in terms of the slope of the swing plane, make it big enough. Okay? All right, so ready, stage 3, wiggles and the regular. Stage 3, wiggles and regular. This time the backswing is cut short.
Was it? Ah.
Because you try to hit it really hard. And instead of using the backswing, wind up, and then try to hit the ball, you just try to use the arms. That's why it becomes short. So let's take a look at the down the line view first.
Stage 3, waggles and regular.
Still, this size is a lot better than your initial swing. So, and then frontal view here.
Stage 3, waggles and regular.
So this is something you have to remember all the time. Okay? So you can make the flow a lot better in stage 3, but we need to move to your regular swing while taking advantage of the rhythm, right?
Right.
But we have a gap here. So particularly when the ball is present, then you have to introduce something in between the stage 3 and the regular swing to adjust this so that you can
Waggles.
big waggles, maybe one, and then in the stage X we practice this active backswing to promote that. When you do the backswing with the leg action, then automatically this happens. But because you're using the arm here, arm goes flat and then lift here. That's why when you have the ball, then you just go back. So you have to activate your right leg in the backswing. So we try to practice this here. So instead of lifting the arm here, remember we're just folding the arm here.
Okay.
So using the body, shift here, and then by pushing the ground and turn the body, and then it will come up here. Shift here, shift away and turn. Shift away and then push and turn. Yeah. Then automatically you have a big backswing here. But instead of using the shift and the leg action here, you try to lift the arm here.
Yep.
That's why you go flat and then high up here. So try that again. So stage 3, do the waggles with the dead action, and then also regular swing with dead action. Stage 3, yeah. Don't be afraid of shifting away. Okay? So keep working on it, and then at least if you have a bigger backswing and then more time at the end of the backswing, then the timing is a lot better.
Yep.
But in your initial swing, let's take a look at your initial swing again. You will see that it's really short and you're also rushing quite a bit. Eh?
Go.
Yeah. So pull in like this. So again. And then down the line view.
Yeah.
Go.
Now, even with the flatter swing plane, you're waiting more. So you are less rushing, right?
Right.
But this is the important thing. So no need to rush. Give more time. So that you don't have to quickly bring the arms down here. So this is what you need to work on a lot. Stage 3, always your pressure routine. Feel the flow. Using the large waggle here. Let the clevet go all the way here. And then try to move the same way and then let it go. And then bigger backswing, more time. Okay?
Thank you.